Hey everyone, today we're going to be doing chapter 3 of Potterwookie, and this chapter is called Friends. So let's get started. I read on my beanbag until my father came into my room and told me to turn off my light. He then repeated the same words he quoted every night. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Probably not bad advice. I kept reading under the blanket with a flashlight until my mom came into my room and shared her own saying, "Go to sleep or you're grounded for a month." I then secretly read with the help of a glow stick and two blankets. It was really warm under those blankets, and somewhere after midnight my eyelids grew so heavy I could barely keep them open. When I woke up the next morning, I realized that I read over half of the Sorcerer's Stone. I guess caring for Wonkenstein that helped me make a much faster reader. Of course, it helped that the book I was reading was really good. It was way better than the movie. Also, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, and I really don't want to freak anybody out, but there are parts of this book that aren't even in the movie. I sort of feel like I should call the author and tell her, "Hello, Miss Rowling? Yes? Let me switch off the Hoover." So he's phone calling J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, and telling her that there's parts in her book that never made it to the movie. My guess is she probably already knows that, so I've decided to hold off on calling her. I stretched and looked around my room. I couldn't see Harry right off, but I could smell something. I hope that's not breakfast. You can see Harry hanging out underneath his bed. Harry had slipped down and under my pillow. I pulled him out and put him on my pillow. I got dressed for the day and then spent a couple seconds just looking at him. He was still not moving and he was staring into space as if in a trance. I'm not a doctor or a hypnotist, so I don't know much about trances. I do remember seeing a movie a few years ago about a person who was under a spell. I also remember that the only way they got the person out of her spell was to sing about her love. I couldn't think of anything else to try, so I cleared my throat and gave it a go. Love is just your body acting dumb. So that's him trying to sing. It was embarrassing, but I thought I saw one of Harry's fingers twitch, so I kept going. I was just about to sing a second verse when someone knocked on my window and interrupted my performance. "Let us in! Open up!" It looks like maybe these are his friends. I turned around and saw my friends' faces pushed up against the glass. I stopped singing and tried to make it look like I had been burping instead. I think they bought it. La la la. Bleh. My friends usually came in through my window instead of using our front door. It makes my mom mad. I figure I'm just doing her a favor by not having my friends ring the doorbell and chat peas and dirt and other junk. I shoved Harry under my covers and opened the window. The second it was open, my friends came crashing in. They all started speaking at once. "Jack said you found Bigfoot. Does your sister ever think about me? Were you singing? Why didn't you tell me first? Where's that Harry guy?" That's all of his friends asking him all these crazy questions. Jack had told all of them about my Potterwookie, and they wanted to see if it was true. I tried to explain that Jack didn't know what he was talking about as Jack began sniffing around. "I think I smell him." Jack howled and pointed toward my bed. They all began to tear through my blankets like a pack of wild dogs. "Here he is! That's just a stuffed animal." So they found the Potterwookie. Jack set Harry on the bed as everyone huddled around to get a closer look. Poor Harry just lay there stiffly. I was actually kind of worried about him until his left eye closed and opened in a slow wink. Nobody else noticed because they were too busy making fun of me for sleeping with the stuffed animal. At first, their taunting didn't bother me. Then they figured they might as well make fun of me for other things as well. "Rob's in love with stuffed animals. Yeah, and he watches those cooking shows. He probably wants to marry books. Hey, remember when he used to collect those thumb buddies?" His friends are being kind of mean right now, making fun of him. Apparently, I was really easy to tease. They were wrong about one thing, though. Harry was not a stuffed animal. Sure, I admit it, like I like Average Chef, but that's because it involves food and TV, two of my favorite things. As for thumb buddies, none of my friends had any idea that I still collected them. And so these are his thumb buddies. They look like thumbtacks, and they all have like different names. So we got Pen Pal, Sharpie, and Poke Along. Thumb buddies are my secret obsessions. They were popular years ago, but they stopped making them due to too many kids getting poked. Also, some parenting magazine called them the worst idea for a toy ever. I disagree. I love how small and detailed they are. I used to openly collect them, and now I have to secretly collect them through eBay and Thumb Buddies conventions. My friends would make fun of me forever if they knew what was in the bottom of my dresser. And so he has all of his little Thumb Buddy collections. I scooted over and stood in front of my dresser just to be safe. My friends weren't interested in my drawer. They were just annoyed at Jack for bringing them over to see a stuffed animal. Teddy punched Jack in the arm and called him a couple of names as they all turned to head back out of my window. I would have been safe had Rourke not decided to open his dumb mouth. I'm ready to say something stupid. Uh-oh. Rourke is one of our friends, but he rarely makes things better when he talks. He likes to act tough, talk loud, and sometimes even swear. Of course, it isn't really swearing. He just repeats what he thinks he heard his older brother say. He usually hears it wrong in the first place, so swear words don't make much sense. My mom never lets me have sleepovers at Rourke's house, and I'm fine with that. Last time Aaron stayed at Rourke's, he had to sleep on the floor, and Rourke's older brother shaved the side of his head and stole his pants. Now, as my friends were getting ready to leave, Rourke decided to open his bothersome mouth and say, "Let's put Rob's stuffed animal in the flinger." So Rourke thinks it's going to be a good idea to put the stuffed animal in the flinger. I grabbed Harry and backed away. I tried to reason with them, but they had only one thing on their minds. It looked like Harry's head was headed for a bit of trouble. And that is the end of Chapter 3. I will see you tomorrow with Chapter 4. Also, please don't forget to check out the questions for Potterwookie Chapter 3. They are posted on Google Classroom. Bye!